sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Hang out with my friends
Yeah.
who come to visit me.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
You love music.
Yes, I do love music. I like to sing.
Mm-hmm.
I was a drama buff.
Oh, yes.
So I love acting, and I'm a movie buff, so that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But-
We watch a lot of the same movies on Netflix and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so for those that are new here, I'd love to find out more about you. If you want to put in the comments what type of things you like to do for fun, that would be awesome. Okay, so I like to do an icebreaker with my special guests.
Oh, boy.
Actually, we had Zen on the show last week. She's a singer. I think you popped in for.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Her icebreaker question, which I love.
I like to scream for fun, too.
Yeah,
That's always
so
great.
I have my iPad here. Zen's question was, of which of the 7 dwarfs would you be? I don't remember all their names, but she picked a few, and then everyone said that I was grumpy because if I needed a nap, I would be grumpy.
I mean,
oh, Daisy's new. She likes to stream for fun. Yeah, definitely. Typically on my stream, I'm doing music, but every Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, we have the Oasis here. Hi, Jen. Jen's here.
hi.
Oh, yeah. Zen said that they settled on bashful for her. Right. So, your icebreaker question is, if you could speak another language fluently, what would it be and why? And I think I know the answer to this, but
What do you think the answer is?
I think German.
It's one of the language, but I would like to know more Italian.
Right. Okay.
So I have a lot of family that used
Yeah.
to come over from Italy, and I did not understand a word they were saying. So that would be pretty cool.
Jen says baby babble. What language would you guys love to speak fluently that you don't? Or if you do?
Puppy talk.
Puppy talk? Yes, Daisy, yes. That's awesome. I think I would probably choose. I took 4 years of Spanish and I only know how to buy a train ticket. And maybe order chicken. Jen says
Spanish.
French.
I took Spanish, it didn't absorb.
Yeah, I cheated every single.
I had a very serious nun as a teacher, and we did not like each other. When I went to a Christian
Oh, the other
school.
school, yeah.
Yeah.
Zen does speak Spanish. She's a Hispanic. Okay, so I like that. All right, so what was your and for those that are new to the stream, this is the Oasis. It's a show every time I do an in-person show with our special guests. But it's just a cool, peaceful place to be. We find out about someone on the app, and they tell us a passion or something, which we're going to do tonight, something special about them, like being a parent. But yeah, if you haven't already favorited me, please favorite me. That would be awesome. Daisy says, I am Spanish and Irish. I know where is the bathroom. My name is Daisy. I like her. Okay, so what was your dream as a child?
As a young child, I wanted to be a doctor.
Right.
Yep. I had body books and everything, and I really want to be a doctor. That's my nick. Even now to this day, I like to help people. So if I see someone in trouble, I do anything I can.
Right. That's cool. That's really nice. Okay, so as most of you know, if you follow me on Instagram, this episode is called Parenting the Good. I have friends that have, and I have my nephew, which I consider her kids my nephews as well. So, how many little ones do you have, and what are their ages?
3. My oldest is 7. My middle child is 4, and my youngest is 2, about to be 3 this summer.
Right.
And all boys.
Mm-hmm. So you're very busy.
Yes.
You're currently a stay-at-home mom.
Oh yeah.
Your husband works. Well, you're definitely working.
And I give props to the parents who work and do. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. I couldn't. I want to go to work.
So
someone take me.
So that being said, if your life was a reality show, which one would it be?
I don't even know. I don't watch that much reality shows. I feel like I'm in a reality show.
Okay, I would choose for you. Oh my god.
I need a title for myself called Overrun.
I would probably pick for you. Oh my god. I was gonna say Jersey Shore without all the alcohol and drugs. Just the craziness.
I mean, how they would fight or how my three fight. So, I mean, technically, toddlers and young children are drunk adults. I mean, to me, that's how I see it.
Oh, man. And apparently, that when she says to me today, hey, Singing Diva. So Jessie says to me today, I was a little hangry.
I said it to you yesterday.
You did.
And it came.
And she realized that her kids act the exact same way when they're hungry. So she compared me to her.
I told her yesterday, I said, my two kids, when they get hungry, they're very sassy. And I'm pretty sure they take after you with that. She's like, I don't get sassy. And you know what she does today in the car? She sasses me. I'm not sassing you. I'm like, you're hangry. She goes, no, I'm not. And I was like, I told you, you act just like the kids.
Yes, I shush.
Oh, she should? Yeah, I believe it.
Adventure. Okay, so how would you say the pandemic has affected your kids? You have one that's in school.
Yes, virtually. Honestly, it's not that bad. It is hectic at times because I can't bring them to stores and, stuff like that. But on the plus side, because of medical issues, they have not been sick for over a year. So, I mean, that's amazing. I haven't had to do a hospital visit with them. So,
yeah,
that's great for me and for them.
And they're almost always going outside. So it's not like, they're not cooped up and stuff.
Yeah.
Which obviously, when they're inside, it makes it a little easier for you. But
yeah.
So, do you think? And actually, I'd love to hear back from you guys too, whether you have children or not. Is environment or education more important when raising kids?
I think environment. Because I think in environment, you can also instill good values on kids.
Yeah.
And educate them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, education is very important, but I think also a healthy environment is good for kids too.
I agree. I would say both as well. Yeah, Diva, Daisy both said both. Both said both.
No, I agree. Education is key, but
yeah,
I think a lot of kids these days need a good environment.
You learn most when you're surrounded by your family and stuff. In my opinion.
Education can happen at home too.
Yeah, for sure.
So
definitely nice. So guys, this is gonna be a good part. Jen homeschools us.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. What are some of the funniest things that have happened to you as a parent?
So, a lot. One day I went to go get coffee, and I walk in, I get my coffee, I'm thinking I'm looking cute, I'm cool. I was not cool. I looked down and something was dripped on my outfit from here all the way down my leg. I don't know what it was. I just was like, man, I gotta go home. But did I? No. I went about my day with that line of, it was set. I just knew my day was just gonna be.
I bet it wasn't funny for you when it happened.
No, I looked. I was like, oh man, this really sucks.
Okay.
And a lollipop was stuck to my pants while I was shopping.
Oh my god.
In the grocery store, and I didn't notice until I got back in the car.
A lollipop. It was stuck to your pants.
By my knee, yeah. By my knee. It was one of the little tiny lollipops.
The dum-dums?
Yeah.
I bet you felt like a dum-dum.
I mean.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
So, Jen says, I moved to a new place. The neighbors came over to introduce themselves, and my son came down the hall skating on Kotex shooting tail.
My one son, my middle child, he took one of my tampons. I go into the room. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes like this with the string. He goes, it's a worm. I was like, oh my God, can I please have it? But it's cute. It's a worm. I can't.
I poet. Oh, jeez. That's so funny. Okay, so what is the most embarrassing thing that's happened in public with you and your kids?
When I have to carry them out, kicking and screaming like helicopter because they don't want to listen. One time my oldest wanted a lollipop. I said, "You're not getting a lollipop." What did he do? Fall to the ground, have a full temper tantrum in front of everybody. Two old women are looking at me like, "Oh my God, I can't believe it." She lets her kid act like this, but I like carried him to the car and didn't buy anything.
Let me turn my chair.
That's like the worst when it happens in public.
Right. I remember my mom told me a story when we were little. If we were acting up, we would be taken into the bathroom of the place, and my mom would just talk to us. Well, eventually,
Man, I wish I had your mom.
I know. Eventually, no, I mean we got popped and whatever sometimes. So that one time, can you crack a window?
I can open that door.
Yeah. So this one time, not at band camp. No, this one time, my grandmother says to my mom, you don't have to take. What did she say? She was like, I can't believe that for all these years you've been taking the kids in the bathroom to hit them. And my mom's like, I haven't been hitting them for so long. She thought that my mom was bringing us in there to whoop our asses.
Nope, I got the firm grip on my arm and said, "You don't behave."
Oh, jeez.
Yep, that's what I got.
Okay, so something that is very important to Jessica and myself is bringing awareness to three different types of disabilities. Disabilities?
Yes.
Okay, so Jessica's oldest.
My oldest has EOE, which is, I don't never know if I say this right, but it's eosinophilic esophagitis. So he has a huge list of food allergies. He gets one little tiny virus that other kids and adults get. He's in the hospital for a week.
And there's not many children with this. Really, you've been a freaking awesome kid.
Yeah, they don't, the hospital we went to when I lived in New York, they never believed me. So I had to have printed copies of his medical records in a binder to take and be like, just read it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm definitely not the mom who takes crap from anybody.
Yeah.
Not even doctors.
Right.
So I raced around until I got the answers I needed because he was deteriorating so badly when he was 3 weeks old.
Yeah.
And my youngest, he was a preemie. I didn't feel good for 3 days, and I finally went to the hospital. He wasn't moving, so I had an emergency C-section. It turns out he was having problems, and I noticed it. So I would go doctor to doctor to doctor. He was shaking. He was jerking around, making weird movements. We got a lot of MRIs done. Turns out that he had a stroke when he was born, and he has mild cerebral palsy. But he's a happy kid. He's a little beast. He doesn't play around, but he's yeah, he plays. He walks okay, with a limp, but he's okay. His speaking is delayed and stuff like that, but we work through it, and I definitely don't take no for an answer from any doctor.
And when I was prepping you for the show, I give an outline to my special guests. Jessie she said, I won't be talking about it for pity. It's to bring awareness.
Of course,
and that's super important.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that babies can have stroke.
Yeah.
Cerebral palsy is also something everybody knows about cerebral palsy. EOE, not a lot of people know. I know the first case was in 1977, and it's his throat closes, so our esophagus could be like this, and his is like a pinhole and ridges, and it's just a mess. But they're happy, and I keep them as healthy as I can, and we stay away from food allergies, and they're good.
Yeah.
And my oldest is smarter than any adult I know, to be honest. So I mean,
right. He really is.
He really is.
He was laughing at me. What was he?
Khalifa?
Yeah, the Bruges bride. he said, "What's the tallest tower in the world?" And I said, "I don't know." He made me guess. I guessed the Eiffel Tower. It's all right, poet. Poet has physical disability, but he does his thing, right, poet? He doesn't let it hold him back.
That's right. That's all that matters. That's what with my kids. You don't let that hold you back, and you keep moving forward, and you work with what we got. And I make sure even the schools will not treat them differently because I hate that.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and I'm sure other people who have some kind of disabilities, they hate that too. They want to be treated just like everyone else.
Definitely.
So,
yeah. So Jesse's oldest. He says to me, "Auntie B, what is the tallest building in the world?" So I said Eiffel Tower, Empire State Building. No. So he says the Burj Khalifa. Something Khalifa.
It's in Asia.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Oh, Wiz Khalifa." He's like, "What? No." I said, "You know who Wiz Khalifa is?"
No, he doesn't.
I said, "He's not a very tall building, though." But I showed him the picture. So every time he talked about the building, I would say Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah. He wants to be an architect.
Yeah. He's a smart little cookie. All right.
It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Do you guys have any questions for Jesse yet? We could do some questions. That would be fun. Hey, Emoji, are you here?
You just want to finish?
No?
And then I'll do questions?
Yeah. So if you have any questions, think of them now. What's something your mom taught you growing up that you utilize now as a parent?
How to handle my stress. So, I mean, that's really it.
Right.
You know, so cry in the shower, that type of thing.
Oh no. What was something you weren't prepared for?
The boys' disabilities.
Yeah.
So it's not really a disability to me. It's just something we overcome. But that I wasn't prepared for because I didn't know how to handle it. And when I had my oldest, I was a single mom, so it was really hard.
Right.
So that was something I was not prepared for.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, we could talk about this. So
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
We can. Yeah, we'll answer that in a few. It's over here. So, Jessie was a single mother for a bit, and her now husband, who she had her two youngest with, had adopted her oldest.
He did. So
Which is super amazing.
Yeah, we went through the process. It took a few months, but he was able to get adopted, and that was amazing. He was so happy.
How long ago was that?
It happened in 2018.
Yeah.
18, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I don't know.
After my third kid, everything just mushes together.
I just told Jessie. I just told her earlier. I was like, he's a great dad.
I was honestly blessed because I'm a little crazy.
Yeah.
So I was like, whoa.
Yeah. So Jen asked you now say things to your kids that your mom used to say to you that you said you would never say.
Yes.
I'm gonna whoop your.
Say it one more time. I'm gonna count to 3, and if that's not true, no. I try not to.
You give a little potch. That's a potch. You give them potches.
I'm gonna potch you. But no, I think I don't. You know what I mean? Like certain things.
Yeah.
With me, I don't want to put on my kids. So
right.
Sometimes I feel like yes, they need a little smack every once in a while, but not like.
You're not beating your kids.
Not unless they do something like. If I find out like my boys get older and they hit a girl, let me tell you something. I'm coming with a 4x4. We're going. We're getting this going. Like that is a whooping for me.
Oh my God.
Or something really stupid when they're teenagers, but they're little.
Right.
They're allowed to have emotions and work through them. They're
Definitely.
But they don't disrespect anybody.
Right.
That's it. So.
So. What's something you wish you had more time for?
What do you mean?
Like
a longer shower, brushing my hair, brushing my teeth, longer hours to sleep, quietness.
poet. Oh my god. That's funny. Okay. Do you have any mom hacks?
Throw food and run.
Mom hacks.
That's it.
Throw food and run.
All three of my boys, I'm just like, take it, leave me alone. Hi.
Oh,
How are you, Jess?
oh, so you guys, before I ask, okay, I'll just ask it. What's your wish for your children?
That they're happy. That to me is the biggest thing, because I feel like so many people these days can't find happiness because there's so much searching. I feel like people these days are searching for happiness in someone else when they need to really search for happiness within themselves.
Right.
And I really feel like I want my kids to grow up knowing I love them no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
They don't ever have to be scared to talk to me. If something bad happens, just, that's why I'm a little more lenient, because I don't want my kid being a teenager, going and getting drunk and being scared to call me. I want them to want to call me,
right,
and be like, this is a safe place.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a safe person.
My mom always told me to, if I ever needed to come home or anything like that, just call and there wouldn't be any questions asked. You know what I mean?
My mom said that. I didn't believe her. Never. My mom was sure. My mom, I love her, but she would get me. She'd be like, I won't hurt you. And then she'd punch me in the face. She'd be like, don't worry.
Poet says you're an amazing mom.
Oh, thank you.
You really are.
Thanks. It means a lot.
I fell asleep on the couch this afternoon. I took a little cat nap, and she's up, and I think didn't your husband fall asleep too?
Yeah.
We both fell asleep.
I know. I took a Snapchat of both of you. I'm like, these people.
Listen, I'm not used to getting up early. I was woken up at 5:11. 5:11. With a phone in my face. Look. I was like, cool, dude. And it goes back to sleep. Like,
you have to have an intermission from sleep for.
I'm trying to think of funny stories with my nephew. Oh, there's so many. I just don't remember them right now.
One time,
Jazz, you have such a beautiful, special family.
Oh, thank you, Jazz. One time, when my oldest was a baby, one of my friends, I think I told you the story before, was like lifting him up, but because of his EOE, you can't do that. So he just ate from a bottle, and she's like, oh, what are you doing? And all of a sudden, here comes vomit. Luckily, she didn't have her mouth open. She put her lips like this, and it just landed right on her lips.
I feel like EOE or no EOE, if you pick up a feeding of just fed baby like that.
I had somebody, I was holding my oldest, because with EOE you projectile vomit, so it's not like, how babies are like, and they're like, he went from like here to here, exorcist style, like never ending. So someone was like, oh, can I hold him? I'm like, he throws up. And they were like, I've had kids, they throw up. I'm like, all right. He threw up in their hands. They were like, you can have it back. Like, I told you, I warned you. I hate when you warn somebody about something and they're like, oh, it's okay. And then when it happens, they're like, oh, geez.
My nephew, so when my sister, after she was on maternity leave, I babysat my nephew on my days off. So I would go there twice a week and watch him while my sister was at work. And this was probably for until he was 9 months, maybe 10 months old. And literally every time I would go there, my sister would tell me, oh, so, I'm not going to say his name, T, we'll just say T, was constipated. So had to give him certain things, whatever. So without a doubt, every single time, pretty much, that I would go and watch him, he would have the most massive poop. And I have a video of one time when he literally just exploded. Like, I couldn't even look at him. I did look at him. He's laughing hysterically. He's like 7 months old. And I was pretty much about to barf on him. When I tell you it was like World War III of a shiitake mushrooms, I reminded Jessica, don't curse on the stream, and I almost said the S word. Anyways, so Jen says, my mom lifted mine up like that and put her head into the ceiling fan.
We have a diner in New York we used to go to, and my cousin lifted my oldest up like this, and he hit his head in the doorway.
Oh, God.
And then within the same week, my husband and I went for, I think it was Mother's Day or Father's Day, same week or week after. He lifted him too, and he hit his head on the freaking ceiling. What?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just messaging emoji because he's not paying attention to me. So do you guys have any questions for Jesse? Even just personal questions. It doesn't have to be about parenting. Yeah. Any questions? Like how she puts up with me? I was typing that. Marriage. How long have you been married for?
I have been married for 5 years.
5 years. And you guys were together
for 6 years. So we were only together, oh my gosh, we were only together for a year, and then we got married.
Right. Yeah. What else? And what is he? He's a CEO. So he works weird hours. Which it can be tricky also because he does need to take a nap when he gets home or else he's a zombie.
Yes.
Which means you're, but it works for you guys right now.
Yeah.
It's difficult, of course. Yeah, her husband is.
Aw. He really is. He puts up with me.
You mean you put up with him?
Hi. Hello. What was it like to relocate? It was hard.
So Jesse moved to a different state in September.
On my wedding anniversary.
On her wedding anniversary, they were moving.
It was really hard. I miss home. Home is home to me. It's not where you.
Yeah.
So, sometimes when I come to visit, I decide, I'm thinking, should I go back?
Right. How did the move affect the kids? It was hard as being a nanny, right?
It was very hard, but they're happy.
Not work nanny like their grandma.
Yeah. It really didn't affect them too much. My youngest, however, did start talking more because at my sister's house, there's another little girl, his age. So,
right.
It progressed a lot.
Yeah,
so that's great.
Especially, I came to see you guys
October.
Hello, Futures. Hi, Fishing. Hi, Music Box Showcase. I came to visit, and he was already, because of the interaction with the kid his age, it was really great. So I think it's been good for them. I think they just always miss their grandma.
Yeah.
But, there's FaceTime and all that. And
we go to visit.
Yeah, for sure. So, other than that, I think they're having a good time. I mean, her oldest had to start virtual in a new school.
Yeah.
Hey, Sandra.
Hi.
But yeah. Any other questions? I think this show is going to end a little earlier than usual, but Jesse and I will be online a little bit later to play some games.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm excited.
Somber. Any more questions? Any questions about our friendship? How she's put up with me for all these years?
A lot of drinking.
Is she your sister? How long have you been friends?
So long. thinking, because I was 15.
Yeah, and I was 14.
15.
We were friends.
25.
Who were we telling this to the other day? So we were friends in high school. When I went away to college,
We have been friends for 17 years. Yeah. I went to my first concert with her.
Yeah.
Fall Out Boy.
Oh my gosh, that was the best. We went to a Fall Out Boy, Gym Class Heroes, Q is what we aimed for, and
Plain White Tees.
Plain White Tees concert. It was amazing. Amazing.
And then usually when I was living in New York, she's taking me to concerts for my birthday. Because my birthday's in the summer.
Yeah, so I've mentioned to you guys before in my stream that we have a concert site really close to where we live, well, where I live, because you don't live there anymore. So I took her to quite a few. We went to Pentatonics, Josh Groban. Oh my god, that was amazing. Who's that?
George.
Where are you going?
He's going to grab my sister.
Oh, that's right.
They're sleeping, so.
Yeah, those bands are awesome. So, yeah, Jessica has that camera thing so she can see that they're sleeping. That's cool. Whatchamacallit? Hey, Shiz, but yeah, we've known each other a long time. I mean, obviously, we had a slight disconnect when I went away. And then, yeah.
I mean.
Oh, she said to tell George to come tell some jokes.
No.
If he gets back in time. No. Okay, I'll tell you guys a joke, but Jazz asked a very great question. I'm thinking it's for you. What are your goals? Especially
my
now,
goals?
Can I hold on a second? Especially like you're a mom, like you're with your kids. Do you have goals other than for your kids?
I think I've lost myself quite a bit since I've become a mother. As a mom, my goal is to be the best mom that I can be, to be understanding and loving. And my goals for them is just to be happy, follow their dreams. I don't care what it is. You want to be a plumber? Is that your dream? Do your dream. You know, own your business, be a plumber, you know.
Right.
So I'm more of a happiness thing.
Right.
And I'll always help my kids.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Do you ever, Purple asks, do you ever worry about your kids, like with their, we don't really call them disabilities, we call them health issues.
Yeah, I mean they do define as disabilities
Right.
because, you know, but I worry. I do worry. I remember my oldest when he was first starting school, I was so paranoid because he needs a one-on-one for CPR because he does choke because the EOE, he's a choking hazard. They didn't believe me. I'll tell you the story. I'm pretty sure it's going to get everyone angry. So I set him to pre-K. It's half a day. I make him lunch because of his allergies, and I put Lay's chips because they dissolve.
I remember this.
They dissolve with your saliva. Not that much of a choking hazard. He's ate an apple before and has choked 5 hours later from it, which is weird, but it happens. He was laying in bed going to sleep when I heard him choking. Done CPR on him multiple times. I'm like I've done it all. So I read his book when he gets home, and it says, I took his chips away because it's not fair for him to be eating chips when no one else has chips. So I'm already mad. Then I see the next day a man bringing cupcakes for his son's birthday. So I go to the assistant principal and I said, how are they bringing in cupcakes? That's not fair for my son. So he can't eat it. So how is that fair for him? And he looked me straight in the face and said, well, that life's just not going to be fair for him. And I said, that's not really going to work. And I got a little crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Then they made the band where you can't come into the school.
Yeah.
But, you know, and then he was like,
that's not okay.
Yeah, so I went crazy. And he was like, he can't eat an apple. I said, no, he has a choking hazard. Like, I was really trying to explain it to him because obviously his mind wasn't absorbing it. I don't know how he's a principal.
And it already sucks for a kid to not be able to have certain things that he's seeing other kids having things. And for that to be taken away from him. And
there's 2 other stories from pre-K. One, I was in October. He choked in the classroom right next to me. I flipped him, unlatched it. He threw up everywhere, and she goes, "Oh, I didn't even see it happen."
Was that the same thing? The playground?
No. Oh. If I knew who that chick was, I'd get her real quick.
Yeah, that's what she really was for a very long time. She was constantly learning, but now that he's a little older, and this kid is so he's so.
But listen
bright.
to what happened in pre-K.
Hold on, she just said it. She just said something. So he, because he's getting older, he's able to help himself more. Like he's able to remember to chew and what he can.
We did a lot of food therapy. He's still going through OT and PT. He did speech. He had to do other therapies to express himself. Like, okay, I'm frustrated. This is why I'm frustrated. So we did a lot of therapy, a lot of, so that helped him quite a bit. And they said that so I had to choose between him being on a bottle till he was 4 or him being on a feeding tube. I chose the bottle. I mean, I was judged for it in public. That's why I'm very big on don't judge. If you see a big kid with a bottle, I don't really judge so much because I've been through that struggle and I understand, okay, well, maybe that kid has a problem.
Right.
Maybe it's not just like a neglect thing.
Right.
I get it. I got crap for it from family. Oh, he shouldn't be doing this. Mind your own business. Chill. Your life would be a lot less stressful if you just mind your own business. But with Marcel, you guys know his name. I'm not gonna lie. I don't care if you guys know their names. That's just me. But it was a party, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, we forgot to bring fruit for him." So I was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna have pound cake," and he goes, "But mommy, you're not allergic. You can eat it. I don't have to eat it." In pre-K, and I am huge on him navigating for himself. When we go to the doctors, he talks to them. I'm like, okay, you tell them what's wrong. Okay, you tell them, you tell them, talk to them because you're the one going through it, not me.
Right.
So I've always brought them, all of them, talk to the doctor so they feel comfortable talking about it. It's not an out of the ordinary thing. And I told him if someone says, "Oh, you got that disease," punch him.
Jazz asked about homeschool.
No, I'm not smart. I can't help him.
She is smart.
I'm smart in some things. Smart in some things. No, I'm not putting myself down. I have a learning disability and I'm not ashamed of it. He is beyond me. Beyond. I have no idea how I would even teach him.
Right.
Purple
Girl asked, have you ever had to be rushed to the hospital with him with the choking?
No, thankfully, I was in EMS for years, so my training kind of kicked in and, but I would always call the doctor, let them know what happened because it is a norm that happens with EOE. But now he hasn't choked in a while, but when he does, it's a silent kind of choke. So he doesn't like hold and go get crazy like I would.
Right.
He just goes and I have to really pay attention.
Right.
And
he hasn't grown out of the choking. It's just he's more able to
chew more,
help himself.
At first he had numbness because he wasn't chewing because he couldn't.
Right.
So people would think I was crazy when I'm out in public and I'm like, "Oh, he's eating a cheeseburger. I'm so happy." And I'm like crying and videotaping and they think I'm crazy. But it's like these little milestones that, I would take for granted was a huge one for him. So I would like cry and be like, "Oh my God, what's going on?"
Mm-hmm.
I would post it all over, social media. I'm like, "Can you believe it?" So
it was stressful.
It was crazy. And unfortunately, EOE is a lifetime disease. So he will have it forever.
I remember the way,
but he can be in remission.
Right.
So
the way the easiest way to explain it is that this is our esophagus, right? For people that don't have it, we have those little muscles
That's not it.
Little things.
So you have more esophageals in your esophagus. So it's esophageals. So they're white blood cells. So when you eat something and it's like it treats it like it's something bad, something foreign, and it treats, it goes like an allergic reaction and closes the throat almost immediately. And that's why he would choke a lot. Sometimes it wasn't even just because he wasn't chewing. It was because the esophagals were working, saying, oh, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, and would attack it. And, then we'd have to stay away from that food and this food.
Right.
But luckily
with the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Oh, so what he can't have is milk, eggs, nuts. We just started wheat and soy. He can't have eggs.
I thought you could have eggs now.
No.
Cooked?
No.
Oh,
so, but he can, he used to, okay. So that's what he can't eat now, but we did have him off of 6 foods. 6 foods? We had him off of before: wheat, soy, milk, eggs, nuts, wheat. No, I said wheat, didn't I? Shoot. Gluten and seafood. So he didn't used to have that. So my husband would always bake him bread, gluten-free bread. We got a bread maker. We would make his own bread. Everything was homemade and cooked, and gluten-free pasta.
Yep.
So it was a project. So, but and it was scary. You're like, okay, you can't eat meat anymore. He's like, okay.
You know what, Jazz? It does seem like he is missing out, but Jazz has been so good, and her husband too. Like, whenever he went to birthday parties, she would make sure he had a special cake, so while he was missing out, he didn't really know what he was missing out unless he saw other kids enjoying something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
There was this thing in the store called egg replacer, and I would always make a cake. It would taste different, but he would eat it. So I would always do stuff for him so he wasn't left out. Before I knew anything about this or how to bake a cake, I used to just leave before they sang happy birthday.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I was like, I'm not going to stay there and sing happy birthday if he can't have it, and it's just going to turn into a meltdown, because he's fully at right to have a meltdown.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm not attacking you. It's just
I know.
They're old. So, but he's come to a he reads labels when he used to go to stores with me, but even at home now, he's like, oh, can I have this? And that I raised, he navigates for himself. I think that's very important, especially if he's going to a friend's house. He really does need to pay attention, because he go to your house, you not know me, you not know the problem. Like, I tell you, but you're just like, whatever. And if he reads, he's like, yeah, I can't eat that.
Right.
Which I pack a whole bunch of food if he goes to someone's house.
Yeah. You're a great mom. You've been dealt some difficult cards, but you always get the flush. That was good. You guys like that? You like that? Wait, is the flush the best hand?
I don't know how to play poker.
Guys, someone coined that. You've been dealt some bad cards, but you get the... Guys, for those that are just coming in the stream, this is my best friend Jesse for like 17 years now. Jesus Christmas. Oh my God, it's so weird to say. And this is
you don't realize you're old until you realize you're old.
We're just chit-chatting. I'm going to be 30. I'm going to be 30 years old.
I'm going to be 32.
So we're just talking about parenting and the good, the bad, the ugly. And I hope you guys enjoyed this show. We are going to cut it a little early. But Jesse and I, what happens if he ate milk, eggs, and stuff? He goes into anaphylactic.
Fortunately, no, but it can cause damage to his esophagus. But peanuts, anything with nuts, any kind of nut will send him into anaphylactic.
Yeah. So, I think we'll cut it. Thank you so much for being a special guest.
No problem, anytime.
You didn't really have a choice because I'm here. And I don't want to miss a Friday, But if you guys would, Jesse does not stream, But if
You
want,
can favor me anyway. I mean,
yeah, you can favor her. I mean, her
Jessie
username
J. 89.
Jessie. I don't remember 85.
I'm gonna look. Hold on. Ready? I don't remember nothing. After my third kid, my brain is mush.
But actually, I'm gonna message emoji to end the show. But
Jessie J 89.
Jessie J 89.
There I am, right here.
That's her. But we're gonna be streaming longer, and we're gonna play some card games and stuff. So if you guys want to join us, I will. Oh, jump in.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
I'm coming.
I don't know why I didn't think of that, Gabby. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh! My brother.
So yeah. So if you guys. Wait.
No.
No.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry about that. So if you. Yeah.
She didn't block it.
So, be back. Okay, anyways, this is the Oasis every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, hoping to get verified soon, which is why there's no drinking, smoking, illegal substances. She can't think. I'm trying to get verified, okay? Everyone with headphones. Yeah, sorry. I'm so sorry. All right, but thank you all
me.
so
I'm
much.
Jessie J.
Yep. If you would like to be a special guest, sorry, that was so awkward. If you would like to be a special guest on the Oasis, please message me on here or on Instagram. Your best bet is probably Instagram. I think